Hey crafty darlings, welcome to April Storm Paper Studio, and this is where rain and blooms weave crafting magic. Today's a collab treat, a sweet envelope tag with a pocket envelope belle style. Let's craft it. Today I want to show you a project that I found on Kathy's, oh goodness, what is her name? Kathy's Garden. And I just loved it. I tweaked it a little bit. She calls it an envelope tag pocket. That's the name, envelope tag pocket. And so you have your envelope here, and you got this cool little tab, and you flip it over, and you have pockets. Yes, today, however, we are going to be working with a different kit by LineDotArrow. It's called Blue Memories Part 2. And we're going to be playing all month. Every week there's going to be a new challenge. And this week I challenge you to make the envelope pocket tag. So, the Blue Memories Part 2, I want you to go to LineDotArrow's YouTube channel, linked below, and she has a flip through of every beautiful page. So let's get started. I got excited and started this without the camera running. So what I had before I put this on here was an envelope made out of a vintage music page, and I made it myself. And what I'm going to do is add one of the beautiful, no, I'm sorry, not beautiful, which it is beautiful, but the Blue Memories Part 2 to this. I took one of the journal pages and cut it out. I measured it and cut to size and added that for that beautiful contrast against the music page. Now you can use any style of envelope that you want. You know, I used the standard size envelope here, and this is going to be, you know, a different shape. Any style. You know, I have a very large envelope that I made out of a scrapbook page here. You could even use this. I mean, you would just have to tweak. You would have to tweak it to make it work, but it doesn't matter the size of the envelope or the shape, you know, or the style. So get an envelope already made, or make one yourself. There's plenty of YouTube videos showing you how to make all the different styles of envelopes if you don't have an envelope available. So I cut this out, and I was trying to get things cut out and ready, and then I got glue happy before the camera was rolling. So I'm going to take this to the sewing machine after I finish adding. Now, this is good and sturdy now that I've added to it, and when I add on this back side, it's going to make that back side good and sturdy. I don't want to cover this up. This music paper, I cried for you, and I just think it looks gorgeous inside there when you go to open that up, and oh, it's awesome. So on this side, and we're also going to decorate it, and you know, of course, that's to personal taste. So on this side over here, we're going to make a pocket here. Isn't that cool? And then we're going to add a pocket from the kit. So I was thinking we're going to be adding a tab right here. So we're going to turn it this way. I've got the opening this way. Just flip it over. And just keep in mind that right here, there's going to be a tab. I'm also telling that to myself. So let's decide what we're going to do here. Now, in keeping with the colors and the style, I do believe I printed out another one of those pages. It's the same page. Let me get the white frame off of it. I really hope you all join in on the challenges. This is going to be an exciting month filled with fun. And LineDotArrow Facebook group is the group to be in. There's so many fabulous Facebook groups, but I just love being a member. I love being a member of the design team and a member of the admin team. It's a great honor for me. It's really exciting. I love to help Natalie, the owner, with her group and with all of these fun projects. I love creating journals using her digital kits in her Etsy shop and on her Ko-fi page. They're so beautiful. She's so talented. All right, so let's measure out how far we want this pocket to go. We want to keep a good bit of our music page. One thing I want to do is grab the pockets I'm going to be using to make sure, in the pockets and the tags that I'm going to be using. I want to make sure of my measurements. Now, where's my third pocket? Here are the little bits. There it is. Okay. So the width of the, that's not going to work. I didn't think about that. Well, I've got these pockets as well. I'll just put music paper border underneath the bottom of that one to make it work. So let's say this is going to be the widest pocket. Let me fold it up right quick and make sure that I'm measuring the way that I want it. I've got to take into account putting a backdrop to this one. Now this pocket's going to come all the way out here. So that's going to work. All right. Get our trusty pencil and a mark. You want to cut that about right there. And lengthwise, we're going to go about right there. Okay, so let's get that cut up real quick. See, I wanted to have this all cut up and ready for you, and then I started getting glue happy. I'm sure you all have done the same. Had a plan and then you deviate. And if, before you realize you've got that glue down, and I had the lace strip across, and then I realized, hey, what are we doing here? How's y'all's weather? We're supposed to be getting some bad storms this weekend here in Alabama. We've got the possibility of tornadoes. Again, this is tornado season. So that's how it goes. We've got our plan in place, so I try not to worry. I just keep that plan in place. All right. I had a little piece of fudge, and I'm finding little crumbly bits. Fudge is something I can't resist. Okay, now let's ink our edges. Now I've already inked the envelope, but I haven't inked these edges. I got all glue happy, so. My poor little doggy's not feeling good. He's older and he's really been moping around, and he's drinking, but he's not eating well. He has an appointment to the vet. Keep him in your prayers, guys. We'll be heading that way in a little while. We're not just jumping the gun here either. He's been, you know, he's been showing us signs of change and not feeling well. Now, do I want to reinforce this? You know, that's the question, because there's going to be stuff going in and out and in and out and in and out. And I didn't reinforce that last one, and I thought about it later and regretted that I didn't. So let's don't rehash that, and let's go ahead and quickly reinforce this with some cardstock. And then we'll take this baby to the sewing machine. And sewing is optional. It's just something that I decided I'm going to go for. And while I'm sewing around the envelope, because I don't have it glued together yet, you know, it's still open so that I could sew, I'm going to sew the tags and journal cards that I'm going to use as well. just about there. Now I'll speed this up for y'all so you don't have to sit through this, but it's totally up to you if you want a reinforced pocket. I'm just thinking about over time and stuff going in and out of it. But now at the same time, it will bulk things up. So you got to weigh those two options. Does bulk matter in this instance to you? And if it does, then you may not want to reinforce it, because you're going to have ephemera inside of this and inside of this pocket and on top of it. So you make that choice. I'm going to sew around that and then sew around this and then attach it. So I'm going to get the sewing machine going and I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back. I have everything sewn. I've sewed up the ephemera and our little pocket here. Our long pocket. Okay, so we know our little tab is going to go here. Now, I'm going to use Fabri-Tac to put mine down. It dries fast and it doesn't go on wet and warp things. So that's what I like to use. Make sure when you use Fabri-Tac, if you use it, that you're in a well-ventilated area. Make sure you got a window open, a fan blowing. It gives off a scent. I can't really smell it. Doesn't bother me, but I take precautions anyway, because just because I can't smell it doesn't mean it's not hurting me. Some people won't use it for that reason. Well-ventilated area and you're good. And you might even want to wear a little mask if that bothers you. Don't know why my scissors. I've got tape and glue on my scissors, so yeah, that's what all that gunk is. Long story. Didn't take the time to clean them. Alright, so we got that down. And this beautiful tag is going to be decorated and it's going to slide right in there. Let's give that a minute to dry. And while that's drying, we're going to work on these pockets. And as we have done everything else, we're going to ink them. And I'll speed this up for you. Oh yeah, those are going on nice, nice. Look at that. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Now, this absolute stunner of a tag. Let's talk about this tag. Is that not just eye-popping gorgeous? I think it is. That'll just slide right in there and peek out with all its glory. Lovely. Now, we need to make our tab and our closure. So, let me grab my tools. Got a tab punch. I think we'll use this hole punch. I want to take a quick look at some of the ephemera that we have here. We got a lot of these, and I want them to go on top. So I need to check my sizes. The contrast looks the best in my eyes. So this is going to be a little too big, I believe. No, that's going to be exact. Is that exact? I believe so. Okay. Yeah. Actually, yeah. And then this one, of course, I think I can make it work with both of them because they're almost the same size. The blue one's a tad bit bigger. So, I've got this cardstock. Let's get some of these going. And what you want to do is punch out 4 of them, because you want your twine or your string, whatever you're going to use, to go in between these two. Got some works on this, so I have to do a bit of a workaround to get to what I need. It's 3 and 1 more. Let's try to get it in right here. Okay. Now, so you'll have the 2, and you'll want your string to go between the 2 of them. So you don't glue those. Now this button is a little bit smaller, but it'll go right on top, and I love it. If I don't want that pink to show, all I have to do is flip it over, and it's like that, which is how I want it. And this will be the same. Uh-oh. See how that looks? I might have to get a different topper if I can find one smooth enough. No, that works perfect. There's no such thing as perfection and artistry. Everything is good. Everything is good. You do what we do. Get your awl and poke your hole. Get it lined up the way I want it. Now what I'm going to do, that's what I did here, and it's just for looks. The little tiny eyelets. Looks pretty. Just for looks. Now let me, before I go poking that hole, make sure I've got the eyelet that I would want. I do believe I have some brown that would be so cute. The brown flower shape. Oh no, these are round shape, aren't they? I think that would be, and we've got the bigger ones that are flower shaped, but we don't need the big hole like that. This is just for looks. So we're gonna, oh, and I've got the cocoa colored one too. Isn't that pretty? But if I put that in there, there's gonna be a big old hole, nothing going on. So we're gonna stick with the small chocolate colored one. All right. Now I'm just gonna. I thought I had my little hole, but I didn't. I had it here. These guys, come on now, cooperate with me. You know you want to. There we go. And what this eyelet does is brings that all together and holds it in place and looks cute. So it's functional and pretty. These are a bear to try to get in there. I'm going to tell you what. I like to stick them on the end of my awl and coax them in that way. Now get on in there. I see what the problem is. I'm going to have to fix it. This back here is not wanting to be good. Now, there we go. See, that looks nice. We get the crocodile. Easy? No. Doable? Yes. There you go. All right, so we got those in place. Let's get them glued on. Find our center. I think we're about right. Okay. Now, I would definitely recommend a good strong glue like Fabri-Tac or something else. A really good grip glue for this. Because this is going to get manipulated by the string. And you want it to hold. Good job. Good job. Maybe over just a hair. Yeah, I may have got glue happy there. I wish I had one of those little glue erasers. I've got to get another one. And get all that shiny stuff off. Now while these are drying, we'll make our tab. And then we'll come back to them and put our string and our twine in place. I'm going to see what I got and decide what I'm going to use. Probably twine, but I'm not 100%. Oh man, that's so cute. I didn't think about inking, so it's alright. Not everything has to be, right? That's right. What I do want to do though, before that dries too hard, is make sure that, well, I'm not going to use this color, but we got to make sure that didn't get closed off. Our entryway didn't get glue closing it off. Oop. This one's acting like it did. I had a feeling when I looked at it that it was trying to glue together. I better pull it up before it gets too done. Oh yeah, that was sure enough happening. I gotta hurry up and fix it. I got glue happy again. Not what it is with me and glue today. got some navy. I've got some light blue. And I've got some brown. One of those we'll pick after these dry. Run my nail across it again to be sure. Because it sure enough was gluing right together. I could just see that. Thought, there is trouble brewing. That's the way it goes. All right. Yeah. Just giving it that little quick test. Yeah, it's going to be all right. I think I'm going to leave that in there just so that it behaves. This one's gluing good. Now, let's do our tab. See if there's anything left of this for a tab. This one I like to do it with it open so that I can see. Don't do what I just did. Put your paper on there first before you go punching it out. After all that trouble, now I'm back to square one. Gotta cut it out. Alright. Which is not the end of the world. But it would look a lot cleaner and crisper if I'd have just used my brain a little bit and put that on there first. If you're going to cover it, take what you're going to cover it with and go ahead and attach it. Then use your punch. I'm sure y'all watching at home thought, what's she doing? She needs to cover that first. Oh, here we go. Yep, I know. I smell what you're stepping in. That beautiful bed of roses of an idea. Alright, so we've got our tab and it's ready to land. Let's move this beauty out of the way. And pull out the big gun so it stays well. We want this to latch on and stay. I don't mind my brown fingers. That's all this lovely ink. I bought some good soap, hand soap, to get all that off from Spectrum Art Creations. I can't think of the name of the soap though, but it, it's for artists. It gets off all those stains. Boy, it does a good job, and it smells good too. So win-win. Now that side blends in a little, so I'll probably put a little strip of music paper across right there, and that will look real cute. All right, we got that baby on. Now let's go here and decide which of these three. Do we want the navy blue? Do we want the light blue? Or do we want the brown? They all three look great to me. I don't think I can go wrong here. I think I'm going to go with the brown. I don't know, that light brown is really calling me. I've already got the navy loaded. But I do believe it really kind of blends in, doesn't it? Should have listened to that first initial feeling. I think either the navy or the brown's going to be the way to go, because you don't want it to, oh, that's too long of a start. You don't want it to blend in like that. You want it to stand out. And I think that brown is standing out. That navy blue is more crisp though, isn't it? Sorry guys, but choice is choices, right? Love choices. Love the luxury of having a choice of which beautiful thing you're gonna go with. Yes, that navy blue is the clear winner there. Yeah, and it'll go like that and kind of tuck around there. Oh yeah, that's the bomb diggity right there. All right, now put these back. All right, there you have it. Just got to decorate your tags. Both of the tags are going to need decorated. But they're going to slide in just like that. And then this one, going to slide in just like this. Beautiful. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed your time with me today and learned something that you find pretty and would love to try for yourself. Please go down into my description box and find the links below so that you can go and join the Facebook group and get started making your version, your creation, or this creation, or the original, and post it in the Facebook group. When you post it in the Facebook group, we all get inspired. We all get to see that. We get inspired. It just makes our day. I love scrolling through and looking at all the beautiful creations. There's so many. Each and every one I enjoy and I love to see. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I hope you all have an absolutely blessed, wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.